Hey everybody, what is up? This is Gavin Renault here. Today, we're going to be doing something different today, as we always do, and, well, what I like to do for my YouTube channel. And so anyways, today we're going to be doing some more reading, alright? We're going to be doing some more reading today, and, we're going to be doing some more reading today, and it's been over a month since we've read Dr. Sleep because, as you all know, I've been very, very busy and I just haven't been in the mood. I've been very, very tired and I just didn't feel like reading Dr. Sleep within the last month for my videos. But yet, now that I'm more refreshed and now that I'm in the mood to read today, so we're finally going to get back to reading Dr. Sleep today. And I remember where we left off in the book, and I remember that I'm going to skip out certain parts of the book because, well, it gets a little graphic, so... And I'm trying to make this channel as family friendly as possible. And so I'm going to read certain parts, and there are some certain parts I'm going to leave out. And I hope you all enjoy it. And we're finally going to get back to it. All right. I've been very tired. I've been doing a lot of schooling and college lately, which is why I haven't been doing it for almost a month. And it's been keeping me busy, so that is why. So we're finally gonna get back to it. All right. If you want to check out my last video, where I left off on my book of Dr. Sleep, to know where I left off, make sure to go check out that video on my channel. It should say over a month ago, and hopefully you should know where I left off. All right. Alright, so today, what we're going to read is part 1, Abra. You know, Abra, the character from the movie where she has a shine, and where, everybody can shine, but there's some people who don't know about it, and some people who do know about it, or either or, I don't know, but yeah. She knows that she is the next Shining, and she is going to be one of the most powerful Shining besides Danny Torrance and Jack Torrance and whoever is out there who has the shine. And so, yeah. So anyways, guys, let's do this and let's get to reading the book of Dr. Sleep. Alright? Alright. Let's do this. Part 1, Abra. Now, let me know if you can't hear me, because I'm recording on a different camera app called Yammer Camera. So yeah, that's the app I'm going to be recording on. I'll tell you why later. So let me know if you can hear me, or let me know if you can't hear me. Alright? Alright. Chapter 1. Welcome to Teeny Town. That's where it's in New Hampshire, something. I forget what it's called from the movie, but yeah. Alright. After Wilmington, the daily drinking stopped. He'd go a week, sometimes two, without anything stronger than diet soda. He woke up without a hangover, which was good. He'd wake up thirsty and miserable, wanting which wasn't. Then there would come a night. Over the week or the weekend, sometimes it was a Budweiser. Budweiser. a Budweiser ad on TV that set him off. Fresh-faced young people with nary a beer gut among them, having cold ones after fire what? Volleyball game. Sometimes it was seeing a couple of nice-looking after work drinking outside of some planting little cafe, the kind of place with a French name and lots of hanging plants. The drinks were almost always the kind that came with little umbrellas. Sometimes it was a song on the radio. Once it was the Stikes singing Mr. Roboto. Is this the song he was singing? Or when he was dry, he was completely dry. When he drunk, he got drunk. If he woke up, oh God, wait. He was the $70. He even thought of the stolen blanket which he had left in the store drain. Maybe it was still there. If so, it would be moldy now. Sometimes he got drunk and missed work. They'd keep him on for a while. He was good at what he did, but then he would come a day when it did. He would say thank you very much and board a bus to Wilmington, which is, in the movie where he went to New Hampshire. I don't know if that's the place in the movie. Became Albany, and Albany became Utisa. I don't know how to read some of these words, so I'm gonna try to say the best I can. And if I misspell it, just correct me. So yeah, Utisa became New Plaza. New Pouts. New Pouts gave way to Sturbridge, where he got drunk at an outdoor folk concert, and he woke up the next day in jail with a broken wrist. Ooh. And next up was Winston. After that came up a nursing home on Martha's Vineyard. And boy, that gig didn't last long. On his third day, the head nurse smelled booze on his breath, and said it was Sia. Wouldn't want to be. Once he crossed the path. Once he crossed the path of the true knot, without realizing it, not in the top part of his mind anyway, although lower down in the parts that shone, there was something. A smell fading of unpleasant, like that smell of burned rubber on a stretch of a turnpike where there has been a accident long before. From Martha's vineyard, he took mass lines in Newburyport. There he had found work in a don't give a much of a shit veterans home, the kind where of place of old soldiers were sometimes left in home. The kind of place where the old soldiers wheelchairs outside empty consulting rooms until their pee bags overflowed onto the floor. A lousy place for patients, a better one for frequent fuck-ups like himself. Although Dan and a few others did as well as the old soldiers did, as the old soldiers as they could, he'd even help a couple get over where their time came. That job lasted a while, long enough for the saxophone president to turn the White House key over to the cowboy president. Dan had a few After one of these many sprees, he woke up thinking, at least I left the food stamps. That brought up the old psychotic game show duo. Sorry, Denis, you lose, but nobody leaves empty abandoned. What babe? We let her Johnny. Well, Bob, Denis didn't win any money, but she's leaving with our new home game. Several grams of cocaine and a great big weight of food and stamps. What Dan got was a whole month without booze. He did it. He guessed as a weird kind of penance. It occurred to him more than once that if he had Denis' address, he would have sent her that crappy $70 long ago. He would have sent her twice that much of it. He could have ended the memories of the kind in the Braves t-shirt and the reaching starfish, but he didn't have the address. The address to stayed sober instead, scrounging himself with whips, dry ones. Then one night he passed a drinking establishment called the Fisherman's Rest, and through the window spied a good-looking blonde sitting alone in the bar. At the bar, she was wearing she was newly divorced, and wow, that was a shame. That was a shame. That turned. Oh wait, maybe she'd like some company. And 3 days later, he woke up with that same old black hole in his memory. He went to the Veterans Center where he had been mopping floors and changing light bulbs, hoping for a break. But no dice. Don't give much of a shit. Wasn't quite the same. That wasn't quite the same as a don't give any shit close, but no cigar. Leaving with a few items that had been in his locker, he recalled an old Bobcat gold white line. My job was still there, but somebody else was doing it. So he boarded another bus. This one headed for New Hampshire. New Hampshire, that's right, New Hampshire. He was heading to New Hampshire just like he did in the movie. So yeah, just like he did in the movie. So yeah. And before he got on, he bought a glass of containers of intoxicating liquid. He sat all the way in the back in the drunk seat. The one by the toilet. Experience had taught him that if you intended to spend a bus trip getting that was the seat to take. He reached into the brown paper sack and loosened the cap on his glass container of intoxicating liquid and smelled the brown smell. That smell could talk, although it only had one thing to say. Hello, old friend. He thought, can he? He thought, Mama? He thought of Tommy going to school by now, but always assuming good old Uncle Randy hadn't killed him. The only one who can put the brakes is you. This thought had come to him many times before, but now it was followed by a new one. You don't have to live this way. If you don't want to, you can, of course, but you don't have to. That voice was so strange, unlike any of his usual mental dialogues, that he thought at first he must be picking up from someone else. He could do that, but he rarely uninvited transmissions anymore. He had learned to shut them off. Nevertheless, he looked up Asile, almost positive. He wouldn't see someone looking back at him. No one was. Everyone was sleeping, talking to their seatmates, or staring out at the gray New England day. You don't have live this way if you don't want to. If only that were true. Nevertheless, he tightened the cap on the bottle and put it on the seat beside him. Twice he picked it up The first time he put it down. The second time he reached into the bag and unscrewed the cap again. But as he did, the bus pulled into New Hampshire. Welcome, Marina is just across the state line. Dan filed into the Burger King with the rest of the passengers, pausing only long enough to toss the paper bag into one of the trash containers. Stand on the side of the tall green can where it says, "If you no longer need it, leave it here." Wouldn't that be nice, Dan thought. Hearing the clink as it is, oh God, wouldn't that be nice? An hour and a half later, the bus passed a sign, "Welcome to Fraser," where there's a reason for every season. And below that, home of Teeny Town. The bus stopped at the Fraser community. This community center to take on passengers. And from the empty seat next to Dan, where the bottle had seemed rested for the first part of the trip, Tony spoke up. He was voice. He was the voice of Dan's recognition. Although Tony hadn't spoken so clearly in years.
This is the place. As good as mine,
Dan thought. He grabbed his duffel from the overhead rack and got off.